खबर आपको बता दें, चुनाव आयोग प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस कर रहा है। त्रिपुरा, नागालैंड और मेघालय में चुनावों की तारीखों का ऐलान होने जा रहा है।
25.69 lakhs. This is the number of voters who will be going to for polling in the coming election. Photo electoral rolls have been given 100% in Meghalaya and Tripura and 98% in Nagaland. Similarly, epic cards have also been distributed 100% in Meghalaya, Tripura, and Nagaland is 98%. As Commission has already implemented in other states, the photo voter slips would be distributed to all the households to the voters 7 days before the date of poll. And the Commission has directed all the chief electoral officers and the DOs that these slips are to be distributed only by the BLOs and they are not to be given to the political party workers. Besides the photo voter slip, the household, each household would also be given a voter guide brochure so that all the voters know which polling station and the location of the place where they have to go and the general guidelines of polling. As far as number of polling stations is concerned, Meghalaya has got 3,082 polling stations, Nagaland 2,187 and Tripura has got 3,214. Assured minimum facilities, all the DOs, the state government authorities and CEOs have made good efforts to ensure that assured minimum facility basic which we insist are drinking water facility, toilet facilities, ramps for the physically challenged vote, a standard voting compartment and providing adequate light and electricity connection. So that is being ensured. Similarly, there is a special arrangements have been made for the persons with disabilities so that they are facilitated for their voting purpose. As far as women voters are concerned, there would be separate queues for men and women electors. Men and women would be admitted into the polling station by turns. And voter assistance booths. Earlier the political parties were setting up their party booths to guide the voters. Instead of that, now we are setting as in earlier elections also, voter assistance booths will be set up for every polling locations, having a team of BLO official with the objective of facilitating the voters to locate their polling booths number, serial number of the voter. In order to facilitate and ensure the secrecy of voting, the height of the voting compartment has been increased from 24 inch to 30 inch. That was done in earlier elections also. We are continuing with these 3 state elections also. As far as electronic voting machines are concerned and voter verifiable paper audit trail, that is VVPAT, the VVPAT, EVMs and VVPAT shall be used in all the polling stations in the 3 states of Meghalaya, Nagaland and Tripura. The first level check of EVMs and VVPATs has been completed as per the time schedule, and a 2-stage randomization of EVMs and VVPATs would now also be done. In the first stage, all the EVMs and VVPATs stored in the district EVM warehouses would be randomized by the district election officer in the presence of the representative of the recognized political parties for that assembly constituency wise allocation of the EVMs. The second randomization of EVMs and VVPATs would be done at the RO level before candidates setting of the EVMs and VVPATs for polling station wise allocation. This is done in the presence of general observer of the Commission contesting candidates or their agents. This process will be carried out after finalization of the contesting candidate. At this stage also, candidate or their agents would be allowed to check and satisfy themselves in every manner about the error-free functionality of the EVMs and VVPATs. On a pilot basis, VVPAT from one polling station in each assembly constituency would be randomly selected by the returning officer by the draw of lots in the presence of all candidates in the counting hall to count VVPAT paper slips for verification of the result obtained from the control unit. Thus, paper slip counting for one polling station in each assembly constituency would be undertaken in all the 3 states. That means 60 polling stations in each state would have counting of the VVPAT slip and match the result with that of the CU. As far as affidavits are concerned, we have directed all the ROs, because this is also an issue that many times the candidates are not filling the columns, which are specified in the form number 26, in which affidavit is to be filed. So in the training instruction sessions also, we have asked the ROs to ensure that all the columns are filled by the contesting candidates. We have also told all the DOs that at the time of filing of nomination paper, the candidates would also have to file an additional affidavit in the prescribed format, along with the no demand certificate from the agencies providing electricity, water, telephone and rent, in case the concerned or the contesting candidate has been occupying any government accommodation during the last 10 years. So this affidavit, additional affidavit, also has to be enclosed. As far as model code of conduct is concerned, the model code of conduct comes into force with immediate effect. All the provisions of model code would apply in the whole of Meghalaya, Nagaland and Tripura, and will also be applicable to all the candidates, political parties and the state government of Meghalaya, Nagaland. The model of code of conduct would also be applicable to the union government in as far as announcements, policy related issues for these 3 states. The Commission has made elaborate arrangements for ensuring the effective implementation of MCC guidelines. Any violation of these guidelines would be strictly dealt with the Commission. The government of the poll-bound state has also been directed through the concerned authorities to ensure that there is no misuse of official machinery or position during the MCC period. There would also be videography and webcasting of the and CCTV coverage of all the critical events, and the events for videography will include filing of nomination papers, scrutiny thereof, allotment of symbols, first level checking preparations, storage of EVMs, important public meetings, processions. CCTV would also be installed at important border checkposts and static checkposts for the interstate checkposts which are set up by the police department. The Commission has also directed that webcasting or CCTV coverage would be undertaken in critical polling station locations or vulnerable areas to closely monitor the proceedings on the poll day without violating the secrecy of the voting machines. As far as law and order security arrangement and deployment of forces is concerned, we have held detailed meetings with the state police authorities, the central police authorities under the MHA, that is the Central Police Force, which will be deployed. And the CAPF shall be deployed well in advance for area domination. Some of the companies have already reached there. And route marches in vulnerable pockets, joint patrolling and other confidence building measures would also be undertaken to build faith in the mind of the voters. The CAPF and the state armed police would also be deployed in the expenditure sensitive constituencies and other vulnerable areas and critical polling stations. There would also be election expenditure monitoring by the deployment of flying squad, static surveillance teams, video surveillance teams, involvement of investigation directorates of the income tax departments, state excise department and police authorities have been asked to monitor the production, distribution, sale and storage of liquor and other intoxicants. As far as the limit of the election is concerned, I would only like to share with you that the limit or ceiling for the election expenditure for any candidate who is contesting any of the seat in these 3 state assemblies is rupees 20 lakh per candidates. All candidates are required to furnish their accounts of expenditure to the DO within 30 days of the declaration of results. Similarly, the political parties are also required to submit the accounts of the expenditure incurred by them within 75 days of the completion of such elections. The CEO and the DO's office have been given suitable instructions for media engagement and similarly use of social media. We have discussed at length with all the DOs and the CEO has discussed with the ROs and the DOs. Paid news related issues, also the MCMC committees would be set up in each district, media certification and monitoring committees at district level, state level and commission level. Now the Commission has already issued exhaustive instructions as far as paid news are concerned, and those instructions will be strictly implemented. As far as systematic voters education and electoral participation, the sweep program, voter facilitation centers have been activated in all the districts of Meghalaya, Nagaland, Tripura to facilitate voters. Special campaign has been undertaken regarding the usage of VVPATs and VVPAT awareness starting from October 2017, because in these three states EVMs have been used for last 20 years, but the VVPATs are going to be used for the first time. Short awareness videos on VVPATs have also been developed and widely disseminated through cinemas, cable TV, social media, WhatsApp. And now, as far as deployment of observers is concerned, the Commission would be deploying appropriate number of general observers, police observers and the expenditure observers who would be acting as the eyes and ears of the Commission, and they would ensure that all the instructions of the model code of conduct and the expenditure ceiling limits are complied with by all the contesting candidates and the political parties. The new IT applications which are already been used in last 1 or 2 years will also be implemented effectively in these three states also. The first one is the Samadhan, that is the public grievance redressal and complaint monitoring system. A citizen would have now the multi-channel facility to lodge any election-related complaint through website, email, letter, fax, SMS or call center. A mobile app is also being developed through which the voters can file their complaint. The second application is Suvidha, that is a single window clearance which will be given in 24 hours for the routine permissions, and in 36 hours in case helipad is to be set up and helicopter landing is required. For vehicle management also the Sugam module would be implemented, and e-payment would also be ensured to the extent possible so that the staff and the vehicle owners get their payments much faster. As far as conduct of officials is concerned, the Commission expects all officials engaged in conduct of elections to discharge their duties in an impartial manner without any fear or favor. They are also deemed to be on deputation to the Commission and shall be subject to its control, supervision and discipline. The conduct of all government officials who have been entrusted with the election-related responsibilities and duties would remain under the constant scrutiny of Commission, and action against those officials will be taken who are found who are not implementing their mandate in a free and fair manner and a neutral manner. As far as the new initiatives are concerned, now VVPATs will be used in all the polling stations in all the three states. There will also be all women managed polling stations to the extent possible, because these are very remote areas. Like in Gujarat and Himachal, one constituency, one polling station was fully managed in all the constituencies. Similarly, all the three CEOs have assured that they would make sure that at least one polling station is all women managed polling station. And as far as service voters are concerned, they will be provided the facility of electronically transmitted postal ballot paper ballot systems. That is one way email would be sent to the record office and in turn to the unit office where the serving soldiers and the CAPF persons are there. Now, the point which you had said should be announced faster is the schedule of election. So I will share with you the schedule. The first is the election to the three states will be in 2 rounds. In the first round, the state of would be 24th January, Wednesday. The last date of nominations would be 31st January 18, that is Wednesday. Scrutiny of nominations would be on 1st February 18, Thursday. And last date for withdrawal of candidatures would be 3rd February, that is Saturday. And finally, the date of polling would be 18th February 2018, which is a Sunday. And the counting of the 18th February 2000, Tripura. And now coming to the other two states, Meghalaya and Nagaland. For Tripura, I will say the first round Tripura elections would be held. Gazette notification 24th January 18. Last date of nomination 31st January. Scrutiny would be on 1st February 18. Withdrawal of candidate is up to 3rd February 18, Saturday. And date of polling would be 18th February 2018. Now coming to the second round of elections, it would be covering Meghalaya and Nagaland. Gazette notification would be issued on 31st January, that is Wednesday. Last date for nominations is 7th February 18, which is also Wednesday. Scrutiny would take place on 8th February, that is Thursday. And last date for withdrawal of candidature would be 12th February 18, which would be Monday. The date of polling would be 27th February, that is Tuesday.
दोनों स्टेट में दोनों मेघालय नागालैंड
27 February as far as Meghalaya and Nagaland are concerned. As far as counting is concerned, the counting would be conducted in all the three states on the same day, that is 3rd March 2018, which is Saturday. 3rd March for all the three states. And the date before which election would be completed would be 5th March 2018. So this is the schedule for the polling and counting of votes for the states of Tripura, Meghalaya and Nagaland. If there are any questions, you can ask the questions. Yes, you can. Now, Mr. Malhotra, you can please.
Since this will be the first election when electoral bonds have been introduced by the government,
Yes.
These will be the first election that will test it on the ground. Do you really see that it will solve the purpose of transparency in election funding, and it will how will it play out in these elections?
The electoral bonds definitely will be now used, because now that the gazette notification of the finance ministry has already taken place, and we are hopeful that it will be a better one step in the right direction. Yes. आप बताइए
सर, आपने एक पोलिंग बूथ का पिछले बार भी ईवीएम और वीवीपैट काउंटिंग एक विधानसभा के एक पोलिंग बूथ पे हुई थी।
Yes.
क्या ये परमानेंट व्यवस्था आप लोगों ने कर दी है? दूसरा सवाल ये है कि क्या कई राज्यों में लोकसभा के चुनाव भी बाकी उपचुनाव, उनकी भी घोषणा साथ में है इस बुकलेट में?
नहीं, आपने दो प्रश्न पूछे हैं ना, मैं आपको उत्तर दूंगा कि वी आर डूइंग दिस काउंटिंग ऑफ वीवीपैट स्लिप्स, वन पोलिंग स्टेशन इन ईच कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसी. इट इज ऑन ए पायलट बेसिस, बिकॉज उसमें कितना समय लगेगा, तो उसके लिए हमने हिमाचल प्रदेश में 68 पोलिंग स्टेशनों में काउंटिंग किया था और गुजरात में 182 पोलिंग स्टेशन में काउंट किया था. तो ये हमारा एक पायलट बेसिस पे हमने जो प्रोजेक्ट लिया है. और दूसरा आपने पूछा है कि बाई इलेक्शन के बारे में, तो उसके दैट इज अंडर कंसिडरेशन एंड वी विल शेयर विद यू एज सून एज इट इज फाइनलाइज्ड. हाँ, यस, yes. See, that committee has been set up on 8th January 2018, and members from all the stakeholders are to be invited, and I think it is a very important issue which will require some deliberations also. So I think for the time being, at least, this committee's recommendations may not be available by the time the election is there, but after they are finalized, it will be implemented. Yes. The point is, there is no question of any application, because existing instructions are already there. It is only for modification or any further instructions to be issued. That is why this committee is there. Yes.
Holding the commission from announcing the Lok Sabha by-elections in Uttar Pradesh, so it is quite some time that the vacancy has been created.
I will share with you. The reason is, this publication of the electoral roll date, that is very important. I will just share with you. The date of notification of the gazette by the voters list is very important. So I think that is, can you give the date? I think Sandeep Saxena, it is, if you have the dot,
Yes.
you can please give the dates.
Uttar Pradesh, for all the constituencies, it will be published on 21st of February, whereas for the by-election
पूर्वोत्तर के 3 राज्यों में 2 चरणों में चुनाव होगा. नागालैंड, मेघालय में 27 फरवरी को, त्रिपुरा में 18 फरवरी को और 3 मार्च को रिजल्ट्स घोषित कर दिए जाएंगे. नतीजे आ जाएंगे 3 मार्च को. रुकना होगा एक छोटे से ब्रेक के लिए, फौरन हाजिर होते हैं, कहीं मत जाइए. चरण में त्रिपुरा में चुनाव होगा, 18 फरवरी को वोट डाले जाएंगे. नागालैंड और मेघालय में 27 फरवरी को डाले जाएंगे और 3 मार्च को काउंटिंग होगी. मेरे साथ सीनियर जर्नलिस्ट एनके सिंह सर मौजूद है स्टूडियो में. अनुज गुप्ता जी भी मेरे साथ मौजूद है. एनके सिंह सर, चुनाव आयोग ने घोषणा कर दी है तारीखों की, 2 चरणों में चुनाव, पहले चरण में त्रिपुरा, क्या इस
देखिए, एक तो सबसे बड़ी बात है कि चुनाव आयोग ने ऑलरेडी देरी कर दिया था। 2013 में जब यही चुनाव हुए थे तो 11 जनवरी को डिसाइड हो गया था। आज 1 हफ्ते बाद आप ये घोषणा कर रहे हैं, तो ऐसे ही ऑलरेडी लेट हो गया। और लेट होने का कारण ये था कि नागालैंड में जो थोड़ी बहुत इंसर्जेंसी है, जिसकी वजह से ये आरोप लगाए जा रहे थे कि साहब ये डिसरप्ट किया जाएगा इलेक्शन को, तो उसके लिए असम राइफल से कहा गया, स्पेशल अरेंजमेंट किया गया है कि आप 1600 किलोमीटर के बॉर्डर पे म्यांमार से जो हमारा लग रहा है उसमें काफी कुछ पुलिस लगाएं ताकि इंसर्जेंट्स उधर से आ न पाए। 2 चरण में इसलिए किया जा रहा है कि त्रिपुरा पॉपुलेशन वाइज सबसे ज्यादा है। असम के बाद सबसे ज्यादा पॉपुलेशन त्रिपुरा में है और पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी भी ज्यादा है, जो कि राष्ट्रीय औसत के बराबर है 360। तो ये आप समझ सकती है कि वहां पे चूंकि ज्यादा एक्सरसाइज करना है और वो राज्य भी 38,000 वर्ग किलोमीटर का है, तो ये माना जाता है कि वो बड़ा राज्य है, जबकि ये दोनों छोटे राज्य हैं, नागालैंड और मेघालय। ये दोनों 30 और 20 हजार किलोमीटर के हैं, तो इसलिए माना गया कि इसको मैनेज करना आसान होगा। तो पहला जो फर्स्ट फेज में यह बड़ा राज्य लिया गया, त्रिपुरा लिया गया, और त्रिपुरा का क्षेत्रफल भी ज्यादा है, चूंकि पॉपुलेशन भी ज्यादा है, तो ये कोशिश होगी कि त्रिपुरा को पहले निपटा दिया जाए, उसके बाद ही दोनों राज्यों पे आए। लेकिन एक बात जरूर है कि अभी भी चुनाव तो करा रहे हैं, लेकिन वहां पे जो इंसर्जेंसी वाली प्रॉब्लम थी, जो उस तरफ से लोग आ सकते हैं, इसका खतरा था। असम राइफल से अभी भी कोई आश्वासन नहीं मिला है कि कितना वो फोर्स दे पाएंगे, लेकिन तैयारी असम राइफल्स की है कि वहां पे बॉर्डर पे सील कर दिया जाए ताकि उधर से इंसर्जेंट्स आ ना पाए और धमका या डरा ना पाए।
जी अनु जी, आपका रिएक्शन, चुनाव तारीखें घोषित कर दी गई हैं नॉर्थ ईस्ट में।
जी देखिए, जो मुख्य चुनाव आयुक्त हैं ज्योति साहब, इनका चूंकि इसी महीने 5 दिन के अंदर वो चूंकि रिटायर होने वाले हैं, इसलिए शायद मेरे ख्याल से अंतिम प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस वो इलेक्शन कमीशन में कर रहे होंगे। और डेट्स ऐसी आई हैं जो पार्लियामेंट सेशन को ध्यान में रखते हुए रखी गई, ऐसा मुझे लगता है। बजट सत्र का पहला हिस्सा 8 फरवरी तक है और उसके तुरंत बाद 10 दिन के बाद त्रिपुरा की वोटिंग रखी गई है। और बाकी दोनों राज्यों मेघालय और नागालैंड की जब 27 फरवरी को होगी, तो उसके तुरंत बाद 3-4 दिन के बाद फिर पार्लियामेंट का फिर से नया सेशन, यानी बजट सेशन का दूसरा हिस्सा वो स्टार्ट होगा। तो इसलिए नेताओं को पूरा समय मिल जाएगा वहां चुनाव प्रचार करने का।
और इसमें एक चीज ध्यान रखिएगा, इतना इंटरेस्ट है बीजेपी का इन तीनों जगह पे कि मोदी जी ने गुजरात चुनाव खत्म होने के कुछ ही दिन बाद, 3 दिन बाद वहां पे जाके मेघालय में प्रचार शुरू कर दिया और कई अपनी स्कीम्स दी हैं। तो इंटरेस्ट बीजेपी का बहुत स्ट्रांग है सेंट्रल। तो मुझे लगता है कि यह भी एक कारण है कि ये जो इलेक्शन होगा इसमें बीजेपी पूरी शिद्दत से लड़ने जा रही है।
ठीक है, ठीक है, आप दोनों ही हमारे साथ बने रहिए, इस बड़े मुद्दे पर हमारी चर्चा लगातार जारी है। फिलहाल यहां रुकेंगे, एक छोटे से ब्रेक के लिए फौरन हाजिर हो रहे हैं और इन चुनाव तारीखों पर, वहां पर पैदा हुई राजनीति पर चर्चा लगातार